Good evening, Commonwealth, and thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Ashley McDowell. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories. A male is sentenced today for trafficking methamphetamine. Also tonight, construction work at the Guma Hustisia Courthouse gives a shift in service hours temporarily. And people from all over the world are in Saipan to attend the Marianas Terrestrial Conservation Conference. In sports, the CK Bears are in their natural element again. Stay with us, these stories and more are next.
"48 hours. That's all we get in a week. But those 48 hours, we try to make them last forever. How? By filling in fast with all the right stuff. With a lot of laughter, a little drama, some adventure, and a whole lot of love."
Dad, Mom's here.
It happens pretty quick,
Bye, Dad.
but it's cool. Because the rest of the week, we talk about our plans
You want to go to the beach?
on how to make the next 48 hours last us a lifetime.
Hafa Day, Tiruwami, and good evening, Commonwealth. Today is Tuesday, November 19th, 2019. A Chinese male is sentenced for the trafficking of a controlled substance, crystal methamphetamine. In the courtroom of Associate Judge Kenneth Govindo, Gao Feng Liao is sentenced to 10 years in prison with 5 suspended. Liao must serve 3 years of that in prison and will serve the rest on probation and has a $5,000 fine. On June 18, 2019, Liao pled guilty to unlawfully manufacturing and possessing with the intent to deliver 2.92 gross grams of crystal methamphetamine. He admitted to selling since January of this year. Liao will serve credit for time served as he has been in jail since April. Construction and site remediation work is continuing at the Guma Hustisia Courthouse, and the Commonwealth Judiciary Administrative Office is advising the public of partial closure of the service windows. On Wednesday, November 20th and Friday, November 22nd, hours in operation for the Office of the Clerk of Court, Commonwealth Recorder, and the Cashier Services will be opened half day. On Wednesday, these service windows will be open from noon to 4:30 p.m. and will be closed during the morning business hours. On Friday, the service windows will be open from 7:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. and will be closed all afternoon. All other judiciary offices' hours will remain the same. For more information, contact the CNMI Superior Court or the CNMI Supreme Court. This morning, Lieutenant Governor Arnold Palacios and the local office met with FEMA officials discussing the possibility of opening up a central location that will handle disaster recovery and response and disaster fundings.
We're looking into opening up like a new division or an office that handles all disaster recovery and response and coordinate with all the federal agencies that deal with disaster funds. We find a lot of different agencies have disaster recovery funding, and so it's all spread out. There's a lot of money involved, and we just need a central place, an office that can handle and manage that, take care of its financial matters, making sure that we're accountable to all the dollars that will be coming into the CNMI. So there's a lot of monies, potential monies that can come to the CNMI. We just need to make sure we're accountable for all the dollars that we bring in and make sure that there's no any misappropriation of those funds. We need an office and a financial team that can monitor and track all these disaster funds that come into the CNMI.
It's the third annual Marianas Terrestrial Conservation Conference, and this year Saipan is the host.
Today is the third annual Marianas Terrestrial Conservation Conference, terrestrial meaning anything related to on land. And it's the first time ever that it's been held on Saipan. The past couple of years it's been on Guam.
29 presenters from all over the world are in Saipan to give and receive information and results on topics they have researched about terrestrial conservation.
There's folks here from New Zealand, from Canada. I heard there's someone here from Pohnpei, and just all over the place, and many from Hawaii and the mainland as well. And they are talking about anything from all of our different species, the birds, the bats, spiders, snails, and also more broader sort of ecosystem or habitat level kinds of talks like coastal resilience and wetland management and things like that. There's a little something for everyone.
The conference is held in conjunction with the annual brown tree snake meeting, bringing those interested in combating brown tree snakes together to share research results from their area. One trial that is occurring on Guam is a new technology that causes rapid suppressant and removal of brown tree snakes at a large scale and is looking to be a success of combating these reptiles.
I will be presenting on what we're calling a trial eradication for this new technology. We have a 5-hectare study site in northern Guam on Andersen Air Force Base that's enclosed, so the snakes can't get in, they can't get out, and we've been doing a long-term treatment since that started in March 2017 to evaluate whether or not this tool can be used to eradicate in a bounded area. The rate of removal would put it at one of the most effective tools for reptile control that we have available to us.
Currently, there are no wild snakes on the island of Saipan, and the USDA Guam is doing their part to make sure it stays that way.
There are three things that we are doing on Guam currently. The first and foremost avenue of control is through trapping around ports of exit, and so essentially creating snake-free zones. Then the second level of prevention is active searching for snakes at night, and that's with high-power spotlights around these areas. So that's the Guam International Airport, the Andersen Air Force Base, as well as Naval Base Guam, and as well as the Commercial Port of Guam. And then our last line of defense is through our canine program, essentially a Jack Russell-ish like dog basically searches every cargo that leaves the island to these high-risk areas to prevent the dispersal of brown tree snakes.
And Flores says when the cargo, boats, or planes get to Saipan, another round of inspection is completed to ensure no snakes escape onto the island if they happen to slither by security. But why do we want to keep these snakes off the islands?
To preserve the native species, species that are endemic to Saipan, Rota, and the northern Mariana Islands. The other impact that it could potentially have, a negative impact, is through tourism. It has impacted Guam's tourism to some degree. People hear of snakes falling off of trees. It becomes a less likely destination for people to travel. And then finally, the electrical infrastructure. The brown tree snakes impact the electrical infrastructure on Guam to the point where almost every day there's an electrical power outage as a result of brown tree snakes. So we're thinking natural resources, we're talking about tourism, and we're also talking about the electrical infrastructure. So those are the three biggest reasons why we should keep snakes off of Saipan.
Tomorrow morning, there will be an open discussion for the public at Hibiscus Hall, followed by a scientific talk at 11 a.m. It's open and free to anyone who is interested in learning more about brown tree snakes. Reporting for KSPN, I'm Ashley McDowell. Employees from 10 federal courts across the United States have received the 2019 Directors Award, and staff of the District Court for the Northern Mariana Islands is one of the recipients. Recipients are nominated by colleagues based on performance, innovation, and dedication. Awards were granted in the categories of Outstanding Leadership, Excellent in Court Operations Administration, Excellent in Court Operations Technology, Excellent in Court Operations Support, Excellent in Court Operations Mission Requirements, and the Director's Award for Extraordinary Actions. Staff of the Northern Marianas District Court Clerk of Courts Office, Judicial Chambers, and Probation and Pretrial Services received the Extraordinary Actions Award. The U.S. Court site states the award was honored to the Northern Marianas District Court due to the challenges of 2 typhoons in recent years. Other recipients of awards include the District of Columbia, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Oklahoma, Arizona, North Dakota, Nebraska, Circuit Executive for the 3rd Circuit, and U.S. Court of Appeals for the 4th Circuit. Coming up, students at the college celebrate the different cultures on campus with food and music. More details after the break.
We all face challenges with our roofs flying off, and what we did is we used our connection with our service to connect with the world, to show the challenges that it is real. ITNE was definitely there for me, my family, my friends when we most need it. Half a day, my name is Jerry Diaz. I'm in the network that works.
Watch the Visitors Channel online, on time, anytime at saipantv.com. Where to go, what to see, what to do. Restaurants, spas, activities, and culture, it's all in one place, in high definition on your mobile device. saipantv.com. Check it out.
Jose and Pedro were born on the very same day. Jose liked to play sports. Pedro liked to play video games. Jose's favorite word was pass. Pass me the ball. Pedro's favorite word was pass too. Pass me the rice. Jose is retired and has both time and energy. His life is just beginning. Pedro has diabetes, hypertension, and gout. His life could soon end. Eat less, play more, live longer. Brought to you by PHI, the pharmacy you can trust.
Welcome back to the Channel 2 News. This week, students are celebrating the different cultures on the college campus. Sally Lemus reports.
It is International Education Week, and at the Northern Marianas College, the staff and students embrace the diversity they have on campus and highlight some of their best treats.
For today, the event here, we have an international food fest. So students from our international student services program prepared some meals, things that they traditionally eat at home and are representative of their cultures and their families and their community. And they brought it out today to share with the rest of the student body and the entire NMC community. So we have cultures represented from Chinese culture, Filipino cultures, Korean, Japanese, and more cultures as well.
International Education Week is an opportunity to celebrate the benefits of international education and exchange worldwide. NMC has been part of the celebration since 2015. Showcasing the variety of cultures in the student body.
Usually it's celebrated every third week of November. And so last year we weren't able to do it because of Typhoon U2. So we really wanted to make sure that we're able to do that, to also celebrate our international students here at NMC.
At NMC, there are more than 50 international students enrolled.
The importance of celebrating different cultures is our ability to embrace diversity. We come from different backgrounds, we come from different areas of the world, but at the end of the day, we're one family here at NMC. And so we want to be able to celebrate that and encourage diversity and inclusion, not only on campus, but in the community.
NMC will be having other events throughout the week to celebrate International Education Week, like karaoke night, where students may teach one another songs from their country. This is Sally Lemus for KSPN News.
On Guam, the governor is working with DOC to address concerns raised by employees. And a police officer is arrested for taking money out of a wallet he found at a market. KUAM reports.
Here's your Guam news update. The Guam Federation of Teachers has withdrawn its complaint with the Department of Labor and federal OSHA against DOC following a meeting with the governor. Here's more.
According to GFT's Robert Koss, during that meeting, the governor explained she is working to remedy each of the concerns raised by DOC employees.
One of our concerns initially was that things such as hiring additional officers would be too slow when safety concerns are at issue. So the governor did share with us that there are other steps being taken, such as putting the SORT team back in place, which will provide emergency responses in the event of an emergency for the officers. Hiring of the 40 additional officers, expediting that process through a sort of an OJT program she has. And another number of other actions.
Koss says GFT was impressed with the governor's attempts to provide immediate relief to the officers, but also stressed the importance that DOC Director Samantha Brennan make herself accessible to meet and discuss working conditions at the prison with the union.
We did point out that she was not accessible and that her lack of accessibility is probably why the governor felt a need to step in. Typically, these issues are resolved at the agency level. So we are hopeful as we move forward that Samantha Brennan will make herself available to meet and discuss her operations.
Last week, GFT filed a complaint with Guam DOL and federal OSHA against Brennan for what they describe as her unlawful, irresponsible, and reckless conduct to endanger the lives of employees under her charge. Koss stresses, though, just because they're withdrawing their complaints doesn't rule out the possibility they'll file another one.
We still meet with our employees once a week. We will continue to dialogue with them. If it's necessary to pursue the matter further, we will.
Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Sabrina Salas, Matanani.
The police have arrested one of their own as last week a police officer caught on video appearing to be stealing and taking cash out of a wallet he found in a Chalampago market last Thursday. Detectives identified him as Police Officer Ryan Shimizu. He was arrested for theft of property and official misconduct. The chief says GPD holds every employee to the highest standards of professionalism. He placed the officer on administrative leave. On Friday, Adelup confirmed the officer was assigned to executive security. Check out KUM.com for more.
All right, coming up, you got to start sometime. That's the idea behind a sport that many of you may not have seen. KSPN2 Sports delivers the news next.
Faster, easier to use. With live TV, recordings, video on demand, and streaming apps, all in a single place. When you're looking for something new, recommendations are tailored to you. Voice-powered, personalized results to find what you want faster. And the unlimited potential of smart home. The new experience from TiVo is here.
Half a day, I'm Dr. Dennis Williams, eye surgeon and physician at the Marianas Eye Institute.
Eye twitching is a repetitive, uncontrollable blinking or spasm of the eyelid, usually the upper lid.
It's been my experience that they can occur at any time depending upon what the cause is. Obviously, if at the end of the day, if you're more tired or you've had a stressful day, you could get those twitchings of the upper eyelid.
Many people develop a minor eyelid twitch at some point in their lives. It may be associated with fatigue, stress, or caffeine. In some cases, eye twitching is more than a temporary nuisance.
The other kind is much more severe and much more rare, in which the eyes actually clamp tightly closed. And those particular kinds of situations require injections to relax the muscles.
Many eye issues can be treated right here on Saipan. Come see for yourself.
This has been Dr. Dennis Williams of the Marianas Eye Institute.
Buenas sports fans. Bueno, sports fans, the island's final tennis tournament of 2019, the Tan Holdings Classic, started over the weekend. For many of the participants, it's their first ever real tournament experience.
Welcome to the Fiesta Resort and Spa, hosting the Tan Holdings Tennis Classic. Dozens of boys and girls turn out for the singles and doubles competition in the various age categories. This tournament sparked by an avid tennis player and booster, Lydia Tan.
Everybody loves this tournament, yeah.
Yeah.
And just to
Especially kids, right?
kids, yes. Kids and adults, this tournament.
These kids, I tell you, it's a great place to raise kids. They get so many things to do, you know?
Yes, yeah, yeah.
If they want to, and the parents encourage them.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's
Yeah.
parental involvement. It's so important. And that's the thing about these tennis kids, right? They're all supported.
Yeah.
Parents are driving them here,
Yeah.
paying for this, buying them that.
Yeah, rackets, shoes, outfit, lessons.
Helping out, national coach Jeff Race. And this is where he sees his future stars get their first real game experience, thanks to mini tennis.
They're so much more concentrated, and a lot of them are playing the best that they've ever played. I see a lot of improvement. I think that, I always say that playing a tournament is like getting 12 lessons. I'd say it's about that. So seeing a lot of improvement and having a great time with the mini tennis. Very important part of our tennis program.
Next weekend, the so-called adults will compete in the annual pre-Thanksgiving tennis feast.
Before the CK Bears can hibernate for the winter, they need to take care of business. Don't worry, they are.
Game 2 of this best-of-5 finals between the CK Bears and the Mariners. Game 1 went to the defending champion and pennant-winning Bears when the Mariners could only field 8 players and forfeited. Henry, downtown Casper, successfully evades that line drive.
Casper, you were able to move out of that foul ball. How were you able to get away from that so fast?
You have to be fast. You have to be old.
Now, is everybody in your family, like your son, and you, are you all fast?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Especially my brother Joe. He's fast.
He's the fastest?
Yeah, he's the fastest one.
A.J. Lozama with the grounder to Tone Tenorio, over to brother Patrick, to Gary Cruz. 2 outs for the price of 1, a double play. You know is a pitcher's best friend. In this case, that would be veteran southpaw Darren Flores, the slowest pitcher KSPN2 Sports has ever seen. He delivers to Angel Palacios, who has no problem cracking a single to right. That pitch is also called a junk pitch or ephus pitch. It's a Hebrew word for nothing. Well, that nothing allowed the Mariners to get out of that inning with no runs scored. But the Bears were still ahead 7-2. Top of the 5th, Jonah Flores leads off with the routine grounder, muffed by Fred Songao. Oh, that's a lack of focus. 2 on for Patrick Tenorio, the single to right. Henry Lozama has trouble finding the ball in the grass out there. Flores is able to score while Tone Tenorio goes to third. Patrick in second. Mariners close the gap 7-3. They had the runners in scoring position, nobody out, threatening. Braves hurler Joe Lozama fires to Nate Camacho. Kiku Lozama drifts over, makes the catch, and hey, Little Leaguers, this is how you do it. Run the ball in. Don't challenge the runner. Strange play here. Eli Augenbaugh skies one down the line. Shortstopper A.J. Lozama makes the grab. He tosses to third. Songao tags Tenorio. Braves argue that was the third out. The inning's over, but there's no call by the umps. Downtown Casper, there he is again. He comes out to argue. The men in blue discuss it. Well, you can't call what you didn't see. Oh, Casper continues to raise a stink, too.
Don't delay the game.
No instant replay in the Saipan Baseball League. Play on! Didn't really matter anyway, turns out. Mariners never scored another run. Sayboy shuts them down the rest of the way. Virgil Sarmdahl, the hot shot under Augenbaugh's mitt, slowed in the high grass. Nate comes over, picks the ball, throws to second. Virgil with the head first slide. The ball scoots under Patrick's glove. Out toward Kalili Beach. Virgil gets up. He sees the ball in no man's land. Virgil, who's never won a race in his life, rounds third. He chugs for home, not wanting to waste any unnecessary energy. The throw comes in. He speeds up, slides under the tag. Safe! Bears take game 2, 14-3. Here's the windup and the pitch.
I don't believe what I just saw.
So what are you going to do this year? At Gold's, a dedicated fitness studio with a cushioned floor is perfect for group exercise. The cardio room features a variety of treadmills, bikes, steppers, and ellipticals. Fitness machines will help you achieve your goals, and the largest free weight area on Saipan gives you comfortable space to work out. Gold's Gym team is ready to help you get to your goals. Try harder. We know you can do it.
Traveling or laying over on Guam? Don't wait around. Zip into Guam Adventures Zipline Park inside the Hilton Resort and Spa. Guides will take you through a series of zips, starting with a mountain course and then zip over the ocean with spectacular views of Tumon Bay. 6 zip lines in all deliver a thrilling experience, and it's family friendly, so bring the kids ages 6 and up. You'll love the security of double lines and a new braking system to make riding smoother. The towers are named after the islands in the Marianas. We call it the Island Hopper. Your guides will teach you what you need to know to soar through the jungle with a bird's eye view. Best of all, for residents of Saipan, Tinian, and Rota, you can book this experience at 20% savings. Log on to GuamAdventures.com and during checkout, use offer code HAFA20. Book it and zip it today. We'll even pick you up.
Today's high 84, the low 74. No rain here in Susupi. The humidity 80%. Tomorrow partly cloudy, isolated showers. East winds 10 to 20 miles an hour. You can feel the weather is changing. It's getting a little bit cooler at night. High 87 tomorrow, low 76. Seas moderate 5 to 7 feet. Sunrise 6:20. A low tide an hour later. A high tide at 2:50 and then sunset 5:44.
All right, thank you, Bob.
I liked your snake story. We hadn't done any snake stories in a long time,
I know.
and I'm still waiting to see one here.
The brown tree snake? I
Yeah.
hope that we never do see one here. We don't have any wild snakes here.
No, we
And
do not.
that's one thing I'm super happy about. If you decide you want to go out on a late night hike,
Yeah, you
or
don't
just
have to
hike
worry
through the
about
woods.
that.
Don't worry about what
no
you're stepping on.
poisonous spiders,
Mm-mm.
no
Nothing
scorpions
poisonous.
that you have to worry about, and yeah, it's nice living on an island with no snakes. Now, you go to Guam a lot. Have you ever seen the snakes over there?
I haven't yet. I'm hoping I never do. That's one thing I don't ever really want to
My daughter
encounter.
one time was washing dishes in the kitchen, and one came coming down the window right in front of where on the other side.
Oh my goodness.
Scared, and then
I would scream with terror for
Another
sure.
guy I know went into the bathroom and there's a big brown tree snake right there, and he freaked out. I've only seen them dead on the road.
Okay, so they're a little bit sneaky in Guam, those brown tree
Sneaky
snakes.
snakes.
Yeah, sneaky snakes.
That's why they call them snakes, because
Yeah,
they're sneaky.
They're sneaky and they're slithering on through.
They're snaky.
All right, hopefully we never get them here.
Yes.
Fingers crossed. All right, well, thank you for watching. Please do have a great rest of your night, and tune in tomorrow night at 6.
Good night.